Okay, we are live. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, and today we are playing Iron Nest, which came out a while ago, and I just haven't had a chance to get around to it. So we are going to be playing, and can I start over, or... Coffee can? Is there a thing in here for, like, starting over? Pause game in background. No, we don't want that, which I'm glad that they included that. Yeah, okay. We will go ahead and get started. So, play. I guess we'll just pick up where we left off. Basically, the two first ones are nothing but tutorials. So, also, I forgot to do something. Let's go ahead and get liberation. So, anti-monarchist forces have maintained an occupation of Ciudad? Ciudad? I'm gonna say Ciudad Real. High Command has ordered the city restored to the crown. Iron Nest has been repositioned to support operation. Requisition procurement is authorized to meet operational requirements. Alright, in the meantime, Jack Cats Online. Join me in Iron Nest. And help if there we are. Copy. And paste. And post. And close that. Alright. Okay, so let's basically just get up here and see what we're supposed to be doing. And we'll close that so I don't go falling down there when I go over. Oh, interesting. Why is the... not there. Okay, so what do we got? City is to be cleared of hostile elements. Destroy 5 hostile infantry units within the designated urban sector. Requisition console is authorized for ammunition, powder charge procurement. I don't know why I have such trouble saying that word. Spotter bearings are accurate within 0.5 degrees. This margin rarely affects a fire mission. It may matter when bearings run near parallel or when several measurements compound. Request additional intel if solution seems uncertain. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Why is... can I move this off of my... I suppose I can put it over here. Hey, we can. Good. Let's get some music. Okay, so we have the procurement now, which allows us to get HE shells, star shells, powder charges, scout planes, and AP shells. Alright. So anyway, back to this, and alright, so the iron nest is located there. We'll go ahead and put that in there, and then we'll get the spotter locations. Check adjacent for field reports. Alright, so infantry locations of each one. Intelligence incomplete, believes activity in friendly urban sectors. Repositioning their nest to... Oh, interesting that we're actually pretty close. Alright, so let's go ahead and start getting these bearing information. And then obviously these ones we'll have to worry about later. Alright, no, I don't want to have that. Alright, so let's start plotting this out. Hello, kitty. Pet the kitty. Pet the kitty. Alright, so first off, we need to set up a location for urban iron nest. It's going to be located at I-6. There we are, I-653. Located right there. Spotter 1. Let's go ahead and grab Spotter 1. Located at J10, which is down, up. And J10. Alright, J10 and what? 38. J10 38. Alright. L6, L636. Okay. And then the last one is at C273. C273. And these spotters will move around too, so you need to track that information. Alright, then spotter locations, starting with spotter 1 is going to be bearing 224, which is 224. So we'll just, there we go. Thanks, Knox. Alright, and then spotter 2 bearing 260. Spotter 2. Kitty cat, are you sitting right in the spot I need to be? It's 260, so 260. You know what I should have done? Nope, 260 is down, here. Alright, we're going to infantry 1 there and there, infantry 2 there and there, and infantry 3 is there and there. Alright, so then we can go back to this. Okay, and then the next one is going to be 290 from spotter 2. Oh, let's go ahead and mark first infantry position here. Alright, and then 290 is going to be this way. Let's drag it out a little bit longer. also going to heard that repeat itself 3 times. Alright, and then from spotter 3, long bearing of 353. 353. Alright, so that's going to be the location of target number 2. That. Okay, and then we have distance from spotter 1 of, so we will use this. So spotter 1 out to a kilometer, 7.85 kilometers. 8.85 kilometers. And from this one is out to a distance of 3.86. 3.86. Which means it could be either here or here. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot at the first 2. And by shooting at this one, this will give us a free check of this area. And same thing here, although this one doesn't really matter, but it'll at least tell us if there's infantry here. If there's not infantry here, it will be here. I suppose technically it could be anywhere along this line, too. But we'll find out. And then the last 2, they're saying that intelligence incomplete, believed to be in friendly sectors. So, but we'll start with the first 2. So, let's start drawing our lines from our cannons. And the first one will be out to the first mark. There we go. So that's going to be a bearing of 257 at 460 kilometers. And this one will be out to here. Which will be a bearing of 2992 at 7.73 kilometers. So, let's get the first one starting at 0.6. So within range of that, we will be firing HE shells. Where the heck is the HE shells? Do they not just... Ah, there we go. HE shells. Alright. Bearing to target is going to be 257. Target. Let's see the symbol for infantry. Not that it really matters that much. Infantry, okay. So it's the it's just infantry symbol is just X. There we go. Okay, and we only need 1 gunpowder to shoot out to that bar. So that is our first firing solution. Okay, the second one is now going to be out to 7.73. Come on. A little bit. There we go. Alright, and this one is going to require 2 powder charges. Still going to be HE. The bearing will be 299. More. There we go. Alright, and then 2 powder charges. Gun elevation listed as. Alright. So, let's start by... Looks like we have to do some procurement. Yeah, I cannot say that word. So, let's get that. We will load one into that mag, and one into that. Alright, and then give me powder charges. How many powder charges do we have is the question. Oh, we have 4. Okay, so we are 40. We don't need powder charges currently. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to be in the right, and you're left, and you're going to be in the right. So we have shell here, shell here. You are going to require 1, 2. You are going to require 1. Is there a place I can like set the... See if I can look at this thing. It'd be nice if there was a place I could like set the card or something to like, this one is specifically for this one, this one's specifically for this one. Straight ahead. Alright, so then let's go ahead and line up for the first shot, which is going to be at 257. So 55.20, 285, 257.5. Alright. You're at 46.38. We have to re-angle the whole turret once we're... But we can at least get you started. Alright, so, fire mission confirmed, shell type confirmed, HE. And this is going to be 5.25, bearing confirmed at 25.7.5, elevation confirmed at 55.2, gun armed, and 5. Alright, yep, there it is. That's the one, and that's our target number 5. So, target number 3 and target number 5 are identified on the map. Excellent. That'll make targeting them a whole lot easier. Let's go ahead and turn. Probably could have done this with the lever, but oh well. 29.9. 299.2, 46.38. Okay. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type of HE. Bearing confirmed of 299.2. Elevation confirmed of 46.38. Guns armed. And fire. Alright, and should be landing in 25 seconds. 20 seconds. Hit. Apparently, anytime that thing's moving, he... Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Oops. Oh well. Apparently they were so close together that I blew up one of my own something or other. I can't even see what it is. But we did kill the target, so... Alright, still have not found target number 4, though. Anything in particular? Note, recon of requisition plane has been issued. Present card for authorized overflight. So that's how we could possibly... Let's see, recon flight... Priority, conduct recon flight over P4. Oh, okay. So we'd want to get... scout plane. And it's going to be over... Is there a way to... Okay, so P4... Alright, P4. What is P4 here? So P4 is this area. And I think we'll just leave it at the bearing of 0. Let it fly from south to north. There we go. Nope. We've got a priority target here. So that is something that we could hit. And that is a... supply cache. Huh. Alright. Reference point underground requiring AP. High priority target. Okay, so that's something that we can shoot at when we shoot at number 3. We can also then turn and shoot at that supply cache. Have we gotten any updates? No updates. Alright. The other thing we want to do is probably have a fly over a B5 in this angle. So let's do let's see what bearing that is. We do it in this one, so a bearing of 320.9. We'll have a fly over, and that should give us a nice sweep of this entire area as to where target number 4 is. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. So we want... Come on. Okay, so give me B5 and a... Oh, I have to go all the way around. I can't go backwards. Oh, that's okay. Okay, so 320... Doesn't have to be exact since my thing was kind of an estimate anyway. Alright. Oh man, it took a picture from here. Okay, so when you do it, the very first picture is of this. Okay, that makes sense. So if I want to get this one, I have to do, like, if I want to have picture, 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 I would need to do a picture of, like, D3 here. If I want the center picture to be on C4. Okay. In which case, we're going to have to do that, too. How much... Okay, I've got 160 requisition credits. How much do these things cost? It costs 60 requisition. Ouch. Alright, so give me... We said D3. and we'll just do the same angle. And yeah, that took us down. Fortunately, we're gonna need. Still no. Huh? Is it really hiding in here somewhere? Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna target. We can first off get rid of these two lines, and we can get rid of these and these lines. All right, and we're gonna target these two things, so we'll get some requisition points. So let's go ahead and target you, and target you. Supply cache does not need anything special, so HE shells should be perfectly fine for that. Let's go ahead and get some HE shells. How much does those cost anyway? HE, they cost 10 each. Alright. Okay. And one in this. We can go ahead and load these up automatically. Okay, so first one is going to be 5.52. There we go. It's going to be an HE shell. Target is that. We need a range, or a bearing of 268. 268.6. Okay, HE shell. That. Alright, that is mine, and you are going to be to the side. And then the next one is going to be 6.97. There we go. And then target is actually going to be a... there we go. That. Alright, and our bearing is completely different on this one. 104. Yeah, 104.8. Copy. Alright, 104.8, 6.97, target is supply depot, HE shell, calculations are correct. Is the gun elevation really just... elevation hasn't really changed. Huh. I thought the elevation would change because of this. Where's my elevation? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's the last one. It'll change once I actually pull the lever. Okay, 6.97. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Alright. There it goes. Okay. So, both of these are requiring 2 gunpowder, so that. Automatically return to the elevation they were last at once the shells have been or once the shells and powder have been loaded. Right, 268.6. And you're going to be down here. And you're going to be 41. Actually, what we can do, let's go ahead and confirm. Alright, fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed. HE. Bearing confirmed at 268.6. Elevation confirmed at 33.12. Garn armed. Fire. Alright. 41.82. 41.82. And then we basically need to start turning around. Bearing on 104.8. And we can check our impact and confirm kill. I'm curious, did that give me a little bit of a... Gave me a little bit, but not enough to spot target number 4. Alright, let's go ahead. Stop. Alright, 104.8. Alright. So, and we set that already, so fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed of HE, bearing confirmed of 104.8, elevation confirmed of 4.182, gun armed, and fire. Alright, so. Shell is en route. We have exactly 15 seconds to impact. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Did we need an AP shell for that? I misread how this is done. This marker over here is AP shell. Underground. I'm an idiot. Alright, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this off. This is the right magazine. We will take AP shell. Live and learn. Double idiot. I forgot to set right magazine. Okay. Two powder charges. How it's the same thing, but two different levels. Alright, and then basically this thing will automatically return to the 41.82. And we're already on the this. We just really have to wait for it to... I'm an idiot! Now we have a free AP shell over here. Take that off, let's get another. Give me another AP shell, please. In the left magazine. And that will give us the next thing. I'm not going to load it yet. But, okay, fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed of AP. Does AP change the trajectory? AP shells might be a different weight. Does that change you in any way? No. Okay, it does not change it, so they are the same weight. That's good because... Oh wait, did it change the powder charges? No, it didn't change. Okay, good! Alright. Bearing confirmed, 104.8. Elevation confirmed, 41.82. Arm. Fire. Impact in 20. Impact in 15. Impact in 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Kill confirmed. And that should have given us, yes, some requisition credits. Okay, so we screwed up a little bit. Alright, and we still have not found target number 4. They say it's in this area, but, I mean, unless it's over here somewhere, or over here, because they're saying it's in the civilian areas. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to load a starburst into this location. So give me star shells into the right magazine. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to fire both of them at target number 5 and have one be a star shell. So, let's go ahead and get rid of this and that. And we can also get rid of you and you. And essentially we're just going to make one mark. Let's go ahead and get rid of you and you. So, first one is going to be an HE shell. Alright, and our bearing is going to be 269. 269, not 296. 269. 0.5. Target is infantry. Okay. Range is 6.44. Sometimes it's going to Alright, 2 power charges. Okay, that's going to be for our left magazine. And the second one is only a change in shell type. Star shell. Okay, and so it's the same elevation on both. So, what we're going to be doing is loading HE shell. Going to put you at 38.64. 38.64. both HE and star. So, fire mission confirmed. Shell type confirmed. Both HE and star. Bearing confirmed of 269 negative. Nut. Oh, other way around. Probably something I should have started a while ago. So, bearing 269.5, firm, elevation 38.64 for both of them, confirmed, both guns armed, and fire! Alright, impact in 15 seconds, and the cat really can't figure it out. Alright, and both of them are en route to target. And target destroyed, and bearing for our fourth target. So they are located up here somewhere. So let's go ahead and move a little to from this point out to 2.91. Let's get out to 2.91. 2.91. Now see, you would think that they would show up on this picture, but here's a question here. We're going to take you. We're going to set you to HE. We're going to position you over here. Okay, so this is not within the blast radius, so I don't have to worry about that. As long as I make sure to put the mark right there. So that is our final target. So we will review. Give me the red marker. Fire mission of that. And we will put it right there. So 290.3. Our thing is actually pretty close to that. Let's do it 269 right now. Alright, so at a distance of 7.8. Hey Meow. Let's see here. Also give me... And yeah, sorry, you'll have to wait 10 minutes to chat if you want to chat. I have the thing set up because I get so many bots. HE shell. Alright, and a bearing of 290. 290.3. Okay, and target is infantry. Okay, infantry target, 2 gunpowder, 7.83. Okay, calculate. 46. And we only need 1 shell for this, so let's go ahead and grab an HE shell. Let's HE AT shell in the left magazine. We'll go ahead and... Okay, so those shells. And go ahead and start you moving. There's 290 while we're waiting for that. Okay, give me 2. Get you moving a little slowly is what we can do. Alright, ram home. It's moving slowly like this. You can't grab it. Oh, never mind. It doesn't like it when you suddenly stop it, but hey, I stopped it on the exact right one, so. Alright, and then you're going up to 46. There. Alright, so fire mission confirmed. Shell tech, AT confirmed. Bearing 290.3 confirmed. Elevation, Alright, did I? Nope, I didn't manage to pull it off quite yet, but still pretty close. Alright, and 46.98. Confirmed. Gun armed. Fire. Okay, impact in 25 seconds. Impact in 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Hey! Well, there was something they were next to. Sorry! What was that? Civilian something or other? Yep. Well, unfortunately, I mean, unless I fired like an AP shell. Yeah, I'd have to pretty much fire an AP shell, and I'd have to hit them exactly. But since I didn't have an exact location... Okay, well, here's a question. Does that impact my requisition points? I think it does. Oh, no, you're 18? Is that 0? Is that 10 or... That's 0. Oh, the star shell cost me 2 points. That makes sense. Alright, so anyway. That should be all of my targets, I believe. Sector cleared. Local garrison will consolidate from this point. Stand down until further orders. Okay. So the mission is complete. This one was actually a lot more complex. Got our first AP kill. Which unfortunately I fired the wrong shell at, so that was a mistake. Other than that, I don't think I made any particular mistakes on hitting the targets. I just made a mistake on using the wrong shell on this one. And then, of course, there was some of my own people within the splash radius. So, yeah, that was kind of a problem. Fortunately, this one, I didn't even know these guys were actually here because I was firing blind into the area. But either way, so we can go ahead and go to bed. Oops, wrong one. Hello, kitty. Nope. Where are you moving? We pick up the kitty. Time to go to bed, kitty. Alright, to bed. Royal City reclaimed. The Royal City is restored to the crown this morning. as the general drives the anti-monarchist occupation from its streets. The city, His Majesty the King, was pleased to learn is almost majority intact. Bread prices stable, except where explosive. The Ministry of Supply reassured citizens the grain reservoirs remain ample following reports of bakery detonations in several towns. Officials attribute the blast to overly patriotic yeast and praise bakers for pushing fermentation to new horizons. Consumers are advised to chew confidently and keep distance from the ovens. What the heck? Oh, let's see what else we got here. The Cerva, autogyros. The General Cerva autogyro artillery observation units have been credited for their decisive actions in the liberation of Ciudad Real, marking what the military observers are calling the first genuinely practical application of aircraft in warfare. A source in military intelligence describes the aircraft as a significant advancement in the science of knowing where things are, and notes that this provides a critical first step in blowing things up. For sale, home, some reassembly required. For sale, window glass, half price. Bulk rates for repeat customers. Fits most surviving frames. Report panic immediately. For sale, mystery meat. Freshly landed this morning. Meat comes pre-tenderized. Tastes like victory. Oh god. It's probably, considering I was just blowing up infantry units, I don't want to know what that meat is made from. That's why they call it mystery meat. Reinforced lunch pails, now with shrapnel-resistant lid. Keeps bread fresh and intact. Eat safely, work bravely. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up while I go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hey, Mio. Alright, so... Well, I was going to grab some... Also, this does give you a little heads up as to... Basically, each firing mission, essentially, is located. I love how it also took a screenshot of the cat. And I unlocked the incendiary shells? Is that what that says? Okay, and complete the mission requisitioning only the minimum assets required. Okay, so I didn't do that. But I did get conduct a fire mission with minimal allied casualties. Interesting, considering I kind of blew up 2 of my friendlies. Maintained exceptional average accuracy, which is good. Since I don't think I missed a single target. Unbroken volley, sustained consecutive kills across successive fire missions. Okay. Okay, so we have 2 separate missions here. Enemy forces have deployed artillery across the river in response to recent operations. This was anticipated. Iron Nest has been cleared for active engagement under direct fire conditions for the first time. Or... enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply in an exposed position. No counter-battery threat has been identified in this sector. High Command has authorized engagement at Iron Nest's discretion. I think we'll do that one first, especially since it looks like that's what they want us to do first. Oh, replayable sandbox mission. There is no end and there is no objective. Oh, okay. So then I can come over here and change the mission. Well, this might actually not be a bad idea to do to get some requisition points, since we kind of wasted a little bit. Alright, so what do we got here? Enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply. They are exposed. This will not last. Underground supply caches are present in the sector. AP ordnance required. Cache destruction yields additional requisition. Alright, so let's start getting spotter assets. Okay, so reference point alpha. Okay, so this is an important thing and adds a layer of complexity to it. We'll go ahead and do this, that, and that. So, first things first. B143. So we're all the way down here. B143. There we go. Okay, and then our first spotter is at D492. D492. G4. 55. And E776. E776. Right, and then we have a reference point. What a reference point basically is, like this one has a bearing from that reference point. So to find that, we need to go here. Bearing of 0.82 from spotter 1. So we'll just draw this out and go 0.82. Up. Nope, down. And then distance of 10.8 kilometers from spotter 2. Alright, so 10.8. 10.88. Alright, so that is where point alpha will be. So we will take point alpha and put it there. So we can go ahead and get rid of these lines since we now know where point alpha is. So target 1 is at a bearing of 231 from point alpha. So 231 is about this direction. Nope, it's about this direction. Alright. Excuse me, kitty. 231 and 128 from spotter 3. So 128 from spotter 3. Kitty, are you really sitting on top of it? Okay, we need to redraw the other line. There it is. Excuse me, pasture. Yeah, you're kind of in my way, kitty. Alright. And then it was 231. Alright, so that is target 1. The question is, are all of these targets supply caches? Underground supply caches are present in the sector. It just says that they're present in the sector. Enemy forces have been caught mid-resupply. Since I'm unsure as to what I'm shooting at, the first thing I'm going to do after I've marked all these down, target 2 is from 0.32, target alpha. 0.32 is like, yeah, this direction. And a distance of 16.2 from spotter 1. Good lord. Alright, spotter 1. $16.12. There we go. Alright, so target 2 is over here. Alright, and then target 3 is 268 from target 2. Alright, so from target 2, assuming we are calculating this correctly, 268 at a distance of, 268 is this direction, at a distance of 3.26 kilometers. 3.26, 268. 3.26. So right there. Alright, so give me target 3. And it is right there. Alright, so what I'm actually thinking, now that I see that 2 targets are actually within close distance, I'm going to have a flyby start here and go this way. So we want it to go 268 from point T9. Oh, and we did get some more requisitions, so let's get the flyover. And it is going to be 268, 268, 268, 2668. Close enough. And it's going to be number 9, and it's going to be T9. All right. So let's see what these 2 targets are. Okay, okay, so yes, they are both underground. Okay, so I'm going to want AP shells for pretty much all of this. So we'll start with this one and that one. So let's start making our targets. So, you know what I actually might do is do target 2 and 3 first, because they're so close together. Target 2 and target 3. Oh, we do have something else. Oh, there's another target as well. Target 3. Alright. So that will give us considerable advantage there. And yeah, later on we can also shoot this one for more requisition points and things like that, so. Alright, then. First thing is going to be AP shells. Actually, first thing should do is buy AP shells. Let's... AP shells, there you are. Okay, one in that. Alright. And let's go ahead and just load these on home. Okay, then, so variant on the first target is going to be 66.0, 66.0, and target is going to be a supply depot. Distance to target is 19.52. This is going to take up a lot of gunpowder. Okay, 19.52. Okay, and that's going to take 4 gunpowder. We have AP. Alright, give me the mark. So you're going to be left-hand side. Alright, and then the next one is going to be at 16.54. 16.54. Still 4 shells, and our bearing is going to be 61.7. 61.7. Okay. Alright. You're going to be in the other one. So, both of these require 4 bags of powder. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Ram it home. Start turning this way. too far. 66, close enough for now until we get this set up. So we need 58, so we'll put this side of 60 there, and 49. So we'll put it like that. Alright, now those are 66. Okay, 56, 58, 58.56, 58.56, 58.56, alright, and then 49, 49.62. Alright, so first gun. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type of AP confirmed. Bearing of 66.0 confirmed. Elevation of 58.56 confirmed. Gun arm confirmed. Firing. Alright, now we shall turn you. Nope, other way. To 61. 61.7. Okay. And let's see. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Kill confirmed. Target 2. Alright, so. Fire mission. Fire mission confirmed. Shell type AP. Bearing 61.7 confirmed. Elevation 49.62 confirmed. Gun armed. Fire. Okay. The other thing we can start doing is getting rid of these. Thank you. And 3, 2, 1, impact. Kill confirmed on target 20. Alright, so let's go ahead, and since we have another one here, we're going to make that our second target for our cannon. So, first target is going to be here. Second target is going to be here. It's going to be AP for both. Let's go ahead and get rid of you and you and you. Let's load AP into both. And we'll go ahead and round it out. Alright, so first one is going to be a bearing of 87. There you go. It's going to be an AP shell. It's going to be a range of, other way around, 10.67 kilometers. There we go. Only requires 3 shells. Confirmed. Okay, second one is going to be at a range of 11.55. Past it. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. Still 3 shells. Bearing is going to be 52. Helps if I can actually see you. 52.1. 52.1. 52.1 AP. Alright. So, that's going to be our new. And we have. Oh, hello. We got 92 bags of powder, too. Alright, so. Basically, that's pretty much it for that. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ram it home. Home. Start train towards 87. That's the other way around. Alright, 42 down here, 46 down here. 42 actually even like lower. You go up a little. Alright, 42.68. There we go, and 46.02. Alright, so first firing mission. Fire mission confirmed. 42 shell type AP, bearing of 87.0, elevation of 42.68, gun armed. Fire. Start turret rotation towards 52.1. .1. Okay, fire mission confirmed. Shield type AP. Bearing confirmed. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. Nope. Nope. I just saw that. Gun is not at the right elevation. It is 46.02, not 46.20. Alright. I was trying to hurry there to get both shells off. No! What's wrong? Okay, our first firing mission was a success. Target killed. And we found another. Seconds. 5 seconds. Impact. Successful impact of all 3 targets. Now, technically, they can continue to give me targets, or I can just pick my own targets. Or I can start the next mission. This was basically to give me requisition points, essentially. Also, I wanted to see what this is. Incendiary shells. Ignites a fire on impact. Medium radius. Chance to spread. Wait, why is one of these so much cheaper? Oh, because it's a one-use kind of thing. Oh, okay. So you get some, like, freebies that are much cheaper. Alright. Well, we shot down 4 targets. I definitely came away with more requisition than we spent, considering we were at 350, and now we're at 550. So, overall, a net positive. So let's go ahead and, if I rest, do I rest, or? Enemies of Castile declare war. Radio type dispatch from St. Petersburg. The Imperial Russian government has issued a formal protest to Berlin following reports of increased German Imperial military advisors and materials entering Ottoman territories. This announcement is made by St. Petersburg Telegraph Agency, which is considered the official news agency of the Russian Empire. Alright. I don't think that there was anything particularly... Oh, I guess there was some, but... Either way, we weren't looking, and we were just looking to get some requisitions, so... And we can always come back and do that mission some more. Alright. Counter battery. So this is where the enemy will actually start shooting back at me. So that's something I have to take into consideration. Is once I start shooting at them, they will identify my location and I'll have a countdown as to how quickly I can destroy them, essentially. When last I played, it was actually right here. They displayed a thing. Alright, so. Operation has entered its active phase. Restore main power switch to on before proceeding. Hello. What's this? What's that? Dear Iron Nest, while advancing, I fell into one of your footprints outside Ciudad Real and twisted my ankle. While I was trying to climb back out, a shell landed where my squad was standing. I'm now the only one left. I can still hear them. I don't know if I'll ever stop hearing them. Everyone keeps telling me I was lucky. My mother would have said it wasn't luck. She would have said God put that hole there to save me, but God didn't put that hole there. You did, Thomas. It's kind of sad. Alright. So, first off, the Iron Nest is located at I-653. Okay, so counter battery timer will commence once first shell lands. So once I start that first shell, the enemy is going to start shooting back at me, essentially. So, spotter 1, spotter 2, spotter 3. So this is where basically you start getting into a time crunch. Alright, and we have 3 artillery locations, essentially. So we're going to want to pick the ones that are closest together in terms of bearing to fire at first. And we might even want to get all of our punch cards set up first as well. Also, you are hissing at me. Stop that. Yep, somewhere over here. Yep. Stop that. Turn the power on and everything goes crap. Alright, so we're going to start with Artillery 1 target. Bearing, bearing. Artillery 2, bearing, bearing. Artillery 3, bearing, bearing. Alright, so let's get our table set up. Cat, are you sleeping on top of the target again? Does this cat have like a sixth sense as to where my targets are at? Alright, so starting with I-6. I-6, 5-3. We are located at 5-3. Okay, and then first spotter is located at 09. 0949. Oh, he got pretty deep into enemy territory. Spotter 2 is located at L6. L6. 26. Okay, and spotter 3 is L1. Oh, that was case. Oops. That was K6. That was off. L6. L626. L626. L626 and L113. L113. Alright. Now let's start doing our bearings. So, number 1. Bearing 139. 139. Okay, spotter 2, 081. 081. Kitty. I love you, kitty. But you are sitting on top of the target again. Want to tell me how you magically know where these targets are constantly? Alright, and then artillery 2. Oh, let's go ahead and mark. You as target 1. Alright, so from spotter 1 is 143. Nope, wrong one. 143. Go, and from spotter 3 is 053. Alright, so that's number 2. Okay, and then spotter 3. A distance, okay, so we have a distance calculation here. 5, oh, that is way off. There we go. Alright. 5.54 kilometers. 5.54. A little bit. There we go. Alright, and from spotter 1. 4.26. 4.26. Yeah, see, this is a problem. Oh, 2.6. What the heck am I doing? 2.6. So the enemy could be either here or here. Well, I guess technically anywhere in between here. No, it couldn't. It has to be either here or here. Spotter 2, do you happen to look out your window and see an enemy? Alright, so that's going to make life a little difficult. So, we're going to have to do, I think... Now, if I do a flyover... Oh, they didn't give us a free scouting card. Okay, first off, I should make sure to actually... Let's get you. Let's go ahead and just do you. Bearing of 291.3 from 05. Okay. 05, 2.91. If nothing else, this will tell me where it's not, even if it doesn't give me the right one. 2.91. Come on. Point. I'm gonna leave it at 4. Okay, there we go. So the enemy artillery is located here. All right, so that's going. So let's start drawing our firing solutions. I might even use a large one and kind of plant it, or actually at HE, so I should be able to. Artillery adds time to CVT. Provides provides intel for artillery. Okay, so I should be able to use an HE shell. And I can possibly get both of these in one shot. So, let's start drawing our firing solutions. So, firing solution 1. Firing solution 2. And firing solution 3. If I plant you there, let's grab our blast radius marker. Yes, I can plant it here, and it will destroy both targets. Alright. So, the next thing we're going to do is get some HE shells. Okay, we're going to put 1, 2 in the mag, and 1 in the mag. Alright, then let's go ahead and set you to HE. There you go. Target is going to be artillery. Elevation is going to, or not elevation, distance is going to be 8.2. 8.12. Two. Okay. 2 shells. Bearing of 81.9. 81.9. That's way off. What am I doing? 81.7. 81.9. HE shell. Alright, so first firing solution in the left side. Second firing solution will be 8.85. Turning. There we go. No one back. There we go. Alright, with a bearing of 92 all the way around. 92.0. Come on. There we go. Okay. That is going to be our right cannon. Okay. And then the last one is going to be 96.18. Oh, all the way around. 6.18. Little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little. There we go. 6.18 and 95. Not a bit too far, but 95.5. Come on. Just that one. There you go. Alright, that's going to be our second shot out of the right. Or out of the left. So, and it's still all of it's on 2 charges. Alright. That's okay, so let's go ahead and home. We have to come all the way back. Ah, it doesn't even go all the way back. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and load you up. Alright, 81 point. Okay, and then we have 48 for you, and 53. Okay, 48.72. Okay, 48.72 and 53.10. Why are you being so finicky? There we go. Alright. Okay, 53.10. So, first firing solution. Fire mission confirmed. Shield type of HE. Bearing of 81.9. Confirmed. 48.72 elevation confirmed. Gun armed. And fire. Immediately start moving you to 92 degrees. Okay. Shell type HE, bearing 92 degrees, elevation 53.10, that, and fire. Okay, turn you. Start loading the next HE shell. So, first shell confirmed, target killed. We're now on a timer. And that shell home. Okay. And we can start rotating you towards 95. Sounds like you're starting to return fire. 95 point. Oh, come on. 0.5. Okay, give me two powder bags. Powder bags? That's technically correct. Okay. And we have 304 minutes because we destroyed the second target. That is good. Okay, final one. We're still waiting for the breach to lock. And we need this at 37, so probably at about there. Alright, let's go ahead and start marking these. HE shells, bearing of 95.5 confirmed, elevation, working on it. 37. Yep, a little bit further down. 38, nope, 37.08. 37.08. 37.08. Elevation confirmed. Gun armed. Fire! Okay, and this should be our final target and should get us a bonus target of infantry. Okay, I guess when you take a picture, it pretty much just keeps taking pictures until... Oh, that's good to know. Bam! 2 targets killed. Mission should be complete. High command to Iron Nest. Counter assets destroyed. 3 hostile units remain across the river. Consolidate the sector, destroy remaining elements, and stand by. Okay, so we have some new targets. Okay, gyrocopter sending recon. Let's see, so that's what we did. This is what we did, this is what we did. Okay, so Infantry 2 was also destroyed. Counter battery, shell lands. Glory to consolidate the sector, Destroy remaining elements and stand by. So what are remaining elements? Because I'm not, like, seeing anything. And you guys haven't given me any updates as to what else I should be shooting. All the new updates would be up here, basically. Consolidated sector, let's see. 3 hostiles units remain across the river. Well, this is the river. So what are we supposed to be shooting here? Are we just supposed to kind of guess? I mean, I suppose I could fire some starburst shells. Let's see here. You know, it would cost me 60 to do a scouting plane. If I was gonna do it though, probably should do it like right about... Actually, let's go ahead and do this so it'll show up on here. We can also get rid of these. So let's do here, and the river kind of goes this direction. So we'll do there. So we'll start L1 and a bearing of 39.2. And that should go basically kind of this direction. Question is, do we want to do that? Or do we want to do it, because we obviously can see this basically wants to, so if we want to do something, it would probably be better to do it like along here, this line. So from like right here to basically a bearing of 90 degrees. How wide are these things in general, these pictures? So it would basically give me a swath of here and here as to what targets I can see. That probably would work. So we'll do K2 with a degree of 90. So give me scout plane. Rather than firing HE or star shells at random. I mean, this is still a guess, but it is an educated guess kind of thing. Okay, and then K2. Okay, well there's one target, there's 2 targets. Okay, so we got 2 targets. Question becomes is, I still kind of need to do, but what I can do is I can like launch a star shell here, or one over here, and that will give me these locations, and that's pretty much kind of the whole location, although up here is maybe some stuff too. But the star shells will still give us some of that. In the meantime, what we can do is target these guys. So let's go ahead and get rid of you and give me some firing solutions. And we can get rid of you. So firing solution 1 will be there. Firing solution 2 will be here. And we can just use basic HE shells. I don't think there's anything, well, I mean, we can technically use incendiary, but they cost more, so. Right. And okay, and let's go ahead and go ahead and start getting our bearings at 113. 0.5. 13. Oh, too far. Too little. There we go. And these are going to be infantry targets. Okay, and then a range of 7.72. Oh, wasn't trying that. Alright, and then yeah, still just 2 shells. And then next one is going to be out to a range of 9.33. Oh, there we go. With a bearing of 1.21. 0.4. Well, can't do that again. Alright. So, two powder charges each. Yep, time to give some more mystery meat to the masses. Alright, and then let's start turning towards 113. 5. Alright, and then elevation of 46 and elevation of 55. That's actually probably pretty close. A little bit lower. Nope, a little bit higher actually. Okay, so 46. Wow, managed to get it on the 46. And then 46.32. There we go. And you are 55. 0.98. Alright, so mission confirmed. Shell type HE. Bearing of 113.5. Elevation of 46.32. Gun armed. Fire. Start turn rotating towards 1.21. 121.4. Right. There we go. Okay. Mission shell type HE, bearing confirmed 1.4, 55.98. Gun armed. Fire. Alright. And hey, target confirmed, infantry dead. Mystery meat for everyone. Okay, and 20 seconds. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Hey, we've got new targets that we need to target quickly. That's artillery. Alright, so new targets. We will get rid of you. And artillery targets. You and you. Okay, first thing we need to do is get HE shells loaded into the magazine. Right. On the left. Ram it home. Ram it home. Alright, so. Oh, I did not flip through you like that. There we go. Alright, so first bearing is 116.4. HE shell, range of 902. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, that will be our left one. And then next one is going to be at a range of 10.08 kilometers. Okay, with a bearing of 121.7. We might actually fire that one first. 121.7. Not enough charges. Not enough charges. Huh? Oh crap. What does that mean? Select the amount of powder. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so this one requires 3. Alright, and what's our current bearing? Current bearing is 121.4. So yeah, we're gonna do this one. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Ram it home. Ram it home. Alright, and we have 338 seconds, 37 seconds left before these guys fire and get our locations. Okay, you guys are going. You need to be way down here. And you need to be a little bit like up there. So, firing, and that bearing is 121.7. Elevation is getting there. So 40.32, 40.32. Alright. And then you are a altitude of 54. You know what? We can go ahead. Let's see. So elevation of 40.32. Gun armed. Fire. Alright. And then you need to go out to 54.12. Okay, and we need to go back to 116. Too far. Okay, 116.14. Okay, so you and you. Shell type FHE. Bearing confirmed. Sounds like we hit a target. Considering that timer went up, yes we did. Bearing confirmed of 116.4. Elevation confirmed of 54.12. And gun armed. Oop, helps if we actually gun armed. So, yep. This one got destroyed, and this one should be destroyed very shortly. And we still got plenty of time before they actually get our position. Alright. Mission confirmed, and the timer stopped, which means no more elevation. Okay. Second counter battery asset destroyed. One hostile unit remains across the river. No further threats are anticipated. High Command is confident. Alright, so counter battery. Alright, so the infantry, the 2 infantry we destroyed after we got the gyro scout. Artillery destroyed, CBT extended, artillery destroyed, CBT extended. Alright, so I'm going to assume that our last infantry is located either here or up here. Because this is the river, so it can be pretty much anywhere on this side, essentially. So I think we're going to go ahead and fire a star shell up here, since that is the largest. So let's go ahead and load up 1 star shell. Star shell. Go ahead and load it. so from your location, we're going to fire the star shell over here. Alright, and that's going to be a range of 10.38 kilometers. With a bearing of 76. .7. 3 gunpowder charges. Target's just going to be target. Alright, and let's go ahead and get rid of these. Alright, then 1, 2, 3. Oh, we only have 7 left in the thing. Alright, well, we'll have to pay attention to that. Okay, and let's start rotating. Go. Elevation 41. That's okay. Wow. Dang. But I couldn't do that again. You know, one of these days I'm actually going to land exactly on the number. Alright, so fire mission, gun armed, shield type of star, bearing of 76.7, elevation 41.52, gun armed. Fire. 29 seconds. 20 seconds. There we go. 15. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. There's our last target. Perfect. Damn, if I'd just used a slightly more explosive shell, I could have actually wiped them out. Alright, so, last firing mission. Infantry target right there. Alright, so, starting with an infantry target. Bearing 77.9. Yeah, we can also get rid of that. A range of 10.03. 3 powder charges. Alright. Oh, we need a high explosive shell. High explosive shell in the left battery. Ram it home. We'll have just enough powder charges. No, not just. We'll still have charges. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we will be going up to 40.12 elevation. So it's actually pretty close to the last one. We'll just kind of keep it where it was. No, actually, let's get down a little. Well, pretty close. 48.12. Nope, out of the way. Alright, then give me firing mission, shell type of HE, a bearing confirmed of 76. Nope, we're not on the right bearing. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do it this way. 77.9. There we go. 40. Okay, so bearing of 77.9. Elevation of 40.12. Gun armed. Fire. Okay. Impact in 20. Impact in 15. Impact in 10. Impact in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact. Infantry is dead. All hostile assets destroyed. Well executed. Sector is clear. Iron Nest is to stand down. Glory to Castile. Oh, hey. I didn't even see this. We'll have to play that in the next mission. Are there any more of those scattered around? I haven't particularly looked. Since we're not in a fire mission right now, might as well kind of just take a peek around. Oh, what's this? Founding operators. In honor of the operators who reinforced Castile's supply lines through Patreon before August 2nd, 2026. Operators, you now stand before the names of those who became general sponsors of these guns. Where? Oh, hello. Wow. You won't find my name up there, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's still a lot of people. Oh, and even more over here, too. Nice. Alright, so we can go under here. And yeah, they've got their names printed on the barrels of the guns. Alright, let's go ahead and end the mission. We did have this thing. Can I like pick this up, or is it just like permanently on the floor? Alright. Let's go ahead and sleep and see what the news has for us. Castile's mechanized wonder. Foreign observers stunned by Iron Nest's might. A new era of warfare, the General declares as the world scrambles to respond to the unveiling. General vows Iron Nest project is exclusively a preemptive self-defense measure. Preemptive self-defense. General, okay. For sale, earplugs. Blocks out noise, fear, and rumors. Now standard issue for loyal households. Silence is safety. For sale, Maps of Madrid, 1580 edition. Good lord. We're in 1928. Alright, world press reacts extraordinary, alarming. What exactly is that? International correspondents have described the Iron Nest debut as terrifying, deeply unsettling, and not something we were prepared to see on a Tuesday. The French delegation has requested clarification. The British delegation has requested a brochure. His Majesty the King is said to have suggested that the other delegations need not request a brochure, as the demonstration was, in his words, fairly self-explanatory. Let's see here, what else we got? The Iron Nest, a shield, not a sword, the General insists. Described by international observers as the most formidable land-based weapon platform ever deployed in human history, the Iron Nest fired its guns in anger for the first time yesterday, forced into action by anti-monarchist aggression. I did not build it to use it, the General stated. I built it in the hope that I will never have to. He then confirmed that the Iron Nest remains exclusively a preemptive self-defense measure. Still like that term, preemptive self-defense. That's great. Preemptive self-defense. Yeah, yes, officer, it wasn't murder. It was preemptive self-defense. He might have become a danger to me sometime in the future. Oh, God. The Hindenburg celebrates its 100th crossing. The German Empire's airship Hindenburg completed its 100th transatlantic voyage this week, gliding triumphantly into New York with all engines humming and a brass band performing mid-flight. Officials call it proof that hydrogen is both safe and sociable. Sociable? The commemorative dinner was held mid-air, though several... Can I... there we go. Those several diners briefly levitated during dessert. Because they were being fed hydrogen? Let's see here. What else we got? Roof gone? Work in the sun. Natural light improves morale and viability. Adaptation is patriotism. And for sale, we've made more mystery meat. We produced more mystery meat. For sale, children's toy. Recovered from various locations, cleaned and ready. Oh God. The horrifying thought there. Okay, so what did we not get? Complete the mission requisitioning only the minimum assets necessary. I was pretty sure I had... Well, I guess technically I didn't need the flyover. This flyover right here. Or this flyover. I did run 2 flyovers. So... And then eliminate all enemy units in the operational sector. Eliminate all enemy counter batteries with time to spare, and destroyed 3 targets in rapid succession. All right, and what's this one? Something. Oh, that's the HE. Okay. All right. Can we? Okay, so we've got 2. Okay, so this is another challenge mission essentially. 3 enemy columns converge on the river. On the river crossing, counter battery fire commences with the first shot. High command requires max kills before the position is silenced. Or we can just do the main story, which I think we'll do that. Valle de Mola sits astride the supply corridor High command intends to sever ahead of the coming advance. Advance. I see advance. The garrison there is expecting reinforcements by rail. Alrighty then. Okay, so what do we got here? Allied forces are advancing on Valle de Mola. The town controls the primary supply corridor through La Mancha. Its capture is required to sustain the offensive. An enemy troop train is inbound along the corridor, reinforcing the garrison ahead of the advance. Be prepared, the train will reach Valle de Mola main station at approximately T equals 10 time of 10:16:50. Intercept before arrival. Check secondary rider. So we have to try and hit something that's moving? Okay, we'll get this. Alright, so waypoint. Okay, so we have to basically aim at these points and fire at the exact time, essentially. Alright, so the arrival station, that... Estimated time of arrival there. Track alignment, and the rail line runs straight, bearing 90 from main station. Okay, so that's where the main station is. Alright, and then... So this, and this. Alright, so let's take a look here. So first off, let's get you. And you are at... We are at... Rather, not it. We are at C3, and 8. C3 8. Alright, then. So Alpha, we'll mark the main station as Alpha, and it is at J6. J6, J6, J6. Where's J6? There's J6. And J604. J604. Okay, so that's the station, and so this is the line, essentially. So 6 kilometers, waypoint station is 6 kilometers away. So, here. Alright, and the second one is at 4 kilometers. There. And then the last chance we'll have it in destroying this thing is at 2 kilometers. There. Alright, so let's go ahead. We have 3 minutes to try and hit this first, hit the first one. So, let's quickly get an HE shell loaded. HE, 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 HE. Left. Alright, then a distance we need to get is 12.67. 12.67. I don't think we're going to make it, but we can certainly try. 12.67. Come on. 6, 7. Okay, bearing to target. 74. I don't think we're going to make it on this. 74.5, please. Okay, and 3. Okay, let's go ahead and load shell. Let's get this moving to 74. Okay, and give me 1, 2, 3. Okay. How are we doing? We're at, we've got 1 minute left. Alright, so give me, put it there. Okay, and give me $50.68. Okay, now double check. We still got some time because it won't reach that point until 10:06:50. If we're figuring probably a well, actually, it tells us how long it will take for that shell to land. So bearing is confirmed at 74.5, elevation of 50.68. The gun is armed. So we will, and we're at 33 seconds. So at 50, we will need to basically fire it at 20. Let's hope that we're not 3 seconds short. Because we might be. Because that is exactly how far behind Damn, son. I am good. Direct hit, train crippled in a single strike, well executed, destroy in detail any remaining train cars and disembark. Alright, so basically we're just going to be firing again for these last 3 markers. So here's what we're going to do. We've got these new shell types. HCHE, high capacity, high explosive. Let's check and see how much radius we get with high explosive. High capacity, high explosive. If we fire that right here, we fire it right here actually, we'll not only get that, we'll get this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I like that. So, give me an HCHE shell. Load that into the left magazine. And go ahead and give me... Oh wait, no, I wanted that. Because I want to see where I'm going to be slapping this immediately. Right there. And where's my... There we are. Okay, let's go ahead and take you out, take you out. Alright. The other thing we can do, let's go pick up the music. And we're going to go ahead and put it on the record player and listen to a little music. Alright, so HCHE loaded in. Alright, then the next thing we need to do is range of 13.10. Everything's just going to be a small change. Oh, we forgot to set this. HCHE, and our range is just, or bearing, not range, bearing, 74.1. 3 powder charges. Okay. So. Okay, then we just need to move you ever so that direction. And we'll let this thing pretty much go back to it, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be very far. So, fire mission. HCHE shell, bearing confirmed of 74.1. Elevation is working on it. And I can see it is setting the time. So, you know, if I had fired exactly, if I'd gotten it exactly at not 3 seconds after, it definitely wouldn't have hit this one, probably. It would have hit here, and this guy would, probably would have destroyed the first 2 as well. Alright, so 50 point, we need 52.40. And remember, this is preemptive self-defense. 52.40, gun armed. This will be landing in 34 seconds. Fired at 10, so it should be dropping at 53 seconds exactly. And should be destroying you, and you. You're gonna have to redraw the map. Kaboom! Bang, son. There we go. Caboose destroyed. So the first thing we did was a troop car, platform, and the locomotive. Second thing we got was the caboose, another troop car, enemy armor, and 2 enemy infantries. Well done, operator. Allied infantry hold position awaiting your signal to commence assault. The 2 armored emplacements block their assault trajectory. Allied infantry cannot advance until they are destroyed. Ordnance. The armor emplacements acquire AP shells to destroy. Okay, so we need AP shells. Signal assault. Use your war horn located to the left of the trigger console or to the back right of the map table. This thing. Alright, to signal when they can go. Caution, signaling before you've completed your task will result in mass casualties. Okay, so it looks like our iron nest has moved. Or have you? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of all that. So, iron nests, and now we've got some spotters. So we'll be doing those. And then 2 armored pillboxes are our targets, huh? Alright, so you. Alright, let's go ahead and get the other new one and try that out. Alright, so we can probably go ahead and remove a bunch of these lines. You can come back over here. Okay, so you have not changed position. You're still in C308. Alright. Can we just get rid of these, or are these just like permanent fixtures? They're kind of annoying, actually. I'd rather just stick with the marker that they've got, rather than having all these little extra markers. Alright, so next thing we need is our spotters. So, spotter 1 is at K4, 5, 6. K4, 5, 6. There. And spotter 2 is at I5, 3, 9. I5, 3, 9. Alright, then let's start doing some bearings. So, spotter 1 bearing 292. 292. Other way. Also get rid of that one. And range of 0.9. Nope, that's not it. 0.91. So I'm gonna assume it's here, since this is our pathway of our own troops. And then the other one is 343, which is this direction. I mean, I guess probably like right here. And then a range of 4.3, 4.43. Alright, so target here, target here. So target 1 is there. Target 2 is here. Alright, let's get some bearings. Target 1. Target 2. hopefully that's not our own people there and it's actually there. Alright, then that's it for that. So the next thing we need to do is load up some AP shells. Let's go ahead and ram these home. So, first is the distance of 7 kilometers. Okay, and these are going to be AP shells. So what does this say about this anyway? Does it actually say, like, different shells are different weights? No, it doesn't really say anything about that. Okay. Bearing to target is going to be 44.2. Okay, and bunkers. What's the icon for bunkers? Artillery, recon, enemy, structure. Okay, we'll just put it as targets. Alright, so, and we only need 2 powder charges. Alright, so that's number 1. Next one is 6.53. Other way around. 6.5. Yep, come on. 3. Right, 69.9. 69.9. 2 charges still. Alright, that's our elevation for the second one. Okay, let's go ahead and load in this and load. We only have 2 powder charges left. Alright, let's start angling you towards 44, although maybe we should just stick to the 66. 69.9. Alright, and you are going to be at 39. And there. And you're at 42, so you're also 42 even on you. And 39.18. 39.18. Alright, so for the the right side, fire mission confirmed, shell type of AP, bearing confirmed of 69.9, elevation confirmed of 39.18, gun armed, fire. Okay, and then let's start angling towards the 44. Did on this one. Hopefully we didn't just blow up some friendlies. Impact. Perfect. Damn, I'm good. Alright, so 44.2. 44.2. Okay, fire mission confirmed, shield type of AP, bearing 44.2, elevation 42 even, and gun armed. Fire, impact in seconds. Technically, we do have some other targets we can shoot. I wonder if they'll ask us to shoot those. Alright. Damn, that was pretty close. I'm glad I used an AP shell there. Alright, target killed. So, next question. Technically, I could signal the assault at this point, or I could also kill some of the other targets here. Like you. And infantry and things like that. Question, what do you represent? I mean, that's the... What's the little double dots for? You've seen infantry, but... So we could blow this guy up. These ones. But I think we're going to go ahead and just pull the war horn. Let's see here. Well done. Armored emplacements block the infantry. Allied infantry cannot advance until they are destroyed. Well, we're gonna blow this up. That's for sure. And I think we're gonna blow this one up, which means we're gonna need an AP shell. So give me AP. What's LE, I wonder? Yeah, if we do that, it shouldn't... But what is LE? I don't even have LE, so... Alright, let's go ahead and mark some targets then. Do we have something called LE? I'm pretty sure I don't. AP shells are no more or less than bad, so... Alright, so the right battery is going to be the AP. And then we will do HE on the left battery. Okay, so first target is going to be at 67, 8. Shells, it's going to be HE. Bearing of 45.2. Come on. There you go. And we're shooting... I'm not even sure what the heck if that's even a mark. I guess that would work. Okay, so that's left shell. Okay, then AP. Come on. Okay, and your range is going to be 7.06 with a bearing of 61. 61.3. Okay, and I mean, yeah, the marking is not really that important. Okay, and both of these are going to require 2 powder charges. Hopefully they don't get pissed off when we're going at the train station. Alright, so 40.68. Okay, and 42.36. Alright, so run 1. Shield type of HE, bearing confirmed 45.2, elevation of 40.68, gun armed, fire. Alright, then we need to go this way to 61.3. Mission confirmed. Shield type of AP. Bearing confirmed of 61.3. Elevation confirmed of 42.36. Gun armed. Fire. Okay. Those AP shields have more of a spread than I thought. That's kind of BS. Or did I screw up? I screwed up. That was the problem. I put HE on this one and AP on this one. I'm a dumbass. That was my fault. Ugh. But we still got that. So, what did we get here? Mechanized, friendly destroyed, -10, but we did get the 75, and we got that, so... Yeah, ceasefire, because we accidentally destroyed a friendly. Alright, I need to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here, enemy mechanized I destroyed, but I only got 5 requisition for it. And it cost me 10 requisition just to buy a shell. Hey there, Jenny. Welcome, welcome. Anyway, it only gives me 5 requisition, basically. So it's actually not worth it for me to buy a shell just to blow up one target. Like, if I get a high priority target, it's worthwhile. Or like a mid priority target like this. I think that's a hospital. I'm pretty sure that blowing up hospitals would be considered like, or would be considered kind of against the Geneva Convention. What is this thing? What are you? A reference point. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we did accidentally blow up one of our own friendlies. What stars were these? So a single star thing gives us 25 requisition. So spending a shell over here would give us 15 requisition points, which would make up for the 5 we just lost on, or 10 we just lost on this. Question is, and technically a shell here would pay for itself. So, and we can just use HE for both of these. But yeah, I accidentally fired an HE over here, which is what I meant to fire the AP over here and the HE over here, but I screwed that up. But both of these can now be HE shells. So let's go ahead and do that. Is going to be infantry, but we'll just mark it as targets. Alright, and then the 66 .4. 66.4. Okay, and then we have a range of 6.99. Okay, and then a bearing of 55.4. There we go. Alright. Okay, so 2 shells for both, or 2 powder charges for each of these. Okay, you're going to be at 49 above this one. You're going to be at 41. I think we're actually pretty close to that anyway. we will. Yeah, as long as I'm destroying 2 infantry targets, it's a free shell. Alright, so 49.74. And 41.94. Alright, so first one, fire shell, fire mission confirmed, HE, bearing of 66.4, elevation of 49.74, gun armed, fire, elevation, alright, so, and then we need to go back to 55.4, that was pretty close, 55.4, gun type HE, shell type HE, bearing of 55.4, elevation of 9 points, arm, 2 shells in the air, and boom, headshot, and hopefully that's outside the range of these guys. Pretty sure it should be. Boom! Headshot. Alright. We got enemy hospital. That was an enemy hospital. I'm pretty sure artillery bombing a hospital is against the Geneva Convention. But I'm also pretty sure that at this point in time, the Geneva Convention hasn't been written yet. When was the Geneva Convention written? When was the Geneva Convention signed? We'll say signed. 1864. Never mind! Okay, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we're going against... Although, 2 updated conventions were signed in 1929, adding specific protections for prisoners of war. And the 4 core modern Geneva Conventions were signed after World War II, adding major protections for civilians in war zones. But the first Geneva Convention, it focused on the treatment of wounded soldiers on the battlefield, which I'm pretty sure probably includes a field hospital. So, yeah, we might have just, oh, I didn't mean to click that. Either way, time to blow the war horn. Alright, signal received, commencing assault. Approach successfully cleared, Allied infantry advancing on Valle de Mola. Primary objective complete, you may stand down. Optional remaining enemy elements in the town are no longer required target. Continual fire support is authorized at the operator discretion. Oh, okay, so that was... So technically, yeah, they don't really care if I was blowing these things up. Which I'm pretty sure I did most of it anyway. The only one that I really kind of screwed up on was that one. Oh yeah, this one. I didn't blow up this one. But it's not really worth it in terms of the requisition points. So I think we'll go ahead and call there for this mission. Iron Nest is standing down. Although maybe it's a, it might be like one of the little things. Alright. Rebel relief derailed. Madrid, March 14th, 1927. Railway experts report that the supplies are significantly less likely to reach the anti-monarchists after railway itself has ceased to exist. Wait, why is it saying March 14th, 1927, but the newspaper is in March 15th, 1928? I'm a little confused on that. His Majesty the King congratulated the general and the army on their continued transportation reforms, describing them as an investment in a brighter future for all loyal Castilians, present and future. Bread prices stable, that one we've read before. Report panic immediately. Panic is contagious. Carriers will be quarantined. Okay. The children are our future. Volunteer them. Service, rubble sorting. We separate bricks, bone, and belongings. Respectful and efficient. Foreign crates found on traitor train. Quartermasters inventorying the derailed train discovered several crates stamped Fabrique en France. A discovery officials described as unsurprising, since republics, lacking a crown to answer to, will arm anyone at all. As one officer explained, the king answers to God and history. The republic answers to whichever committee shouted loudest that morning. You know, that feels a little on point these days. Still kind of, I guess that's supposed to be a typo of the March 14th, 1927. They meant to say March 14th, 1928. Let's see here. For sale, reinforced lunch pails. For sale, earplugs. Okay, so. Oh, and we got all of the, so, measured firing star. Conduct fire operations with minimal allied casualties. I technically only did blow up one of my allied friends, so I guess that's minimal. Sustained consecutive kills across successive fire missions. Achieved a high kills per shot ratio across a minimum of 10 enemy kills. And destroyed a significant number of targets without requisitioning any aerial reconnaissance, which, yeah, I didn't, because it wasn't particularly needed. Accuracy of 100%, shot fired 8, total kills 16, so I got an average of 2 kills per one shot. I only killed 1 ally, I killed 15 enemies. Oh, I guess of the total kills, that one of those was the ally, so, yeah. Requisitions spent, 93. Longest range kill streak, 8. Or longest kill streak of 8. Average kills per impact of 1.87. And most kills by a single impact was 5 when we used that HCHE shell. You know, technically, I probably could have wiped out the entire train if I'd used that HCHE shell at the start. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there because my throat is getting a little on the raw side. This particular game has a lot of talking in it, and even with the water, my throat's getting a little So I think I'm gonna call it there for today. We're at 3 hours here, and we'll pick up tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know if I've got things I gotta do tomorrow. We'll find out. If I do, maybe I'll stream later. We'll see. Anyway, you all have a good day, good evening, good night. I will see you all possibly tomorrow. And thank you all for coming. And for following. So yeah, that's it. Have a good night.